Have you started the master's degree yet?
Next Saturday.
Okay, so you have 1 more week vacation, right?
Yeah, 1 more week. The good part is
And
that only. Yeah.
what- what's your forecast, Mickey? What's your idea about the masters? How do you feel?
I feel excited. Yeah, I think that I can learn so many things and more because I know that there will be people of different ages, not only people of my age, and I think that I could learn from other point of views too.
Yeah, different points of views are always important. They contribute to your to the experience. People accumulate experiences from different fields, and if you have you ever counted the experience years people have in a family reunion, in a friends reunion? Imagine that a family meeting, Christmas or the birthday of someone, and you start accumulating the experience of the group, you can easily reach 300 years of experience.
Sorry, teacher. Could you repeat it? I'm gonna use headphones because there's a lot of noise here in the class.
Gracias. Gracias, gracias. Yes. I was saying that if you're ever in a party, in a family party, and you start counting the experience of the group, you can easily reach 300 years. You start counting 20 years experience here, plus 25, plus 30, plus something and something and something, and you
Yeah,
will easily reach 300 years.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly. I would like to see uh, the experience from the other people, not only from people of my age. I like to expand my point of view.
Right. And you see other horizons. Sometimes you see horizons of a industrialist, of an academician,
Yeah, of
of a
course.
technocrat, all kinds of experiences. Well, I wanted to go through this chapter, which is a review, but briefly, because I think it will clarify the concepts that we once talked about when we report speech, right? When we do the reported speech, it is obviously what the person said goes in past tense, right? I need a credit card, said Tim. Tim said he needed. So what
Yeah.
is originally in present becomes past. So let's take a quick review of this, Mickey, please. Do you think you can read the examples, please?
Mm-hmm. Um, just example or to the direct speech and the reported speech.
Well, yeah, that's also help. That's the background of the examples. Yes, please.
Direct speech, reported speech, example. Present simple, past simple. I need a credit card, says Tim. Tim said he needed a credit card.
Okay.
Present continuous, past continuous. I'm taking Lizzie shopping, said Tim. Tim said he was taking Lizzie shopping.
Right, because Tim is speaking in past tense, the verb I'm taking is transferred to past tense. He said he was taking, right? That's very important to have clear. All right. Number three, Mickey, please.
Mhm. Present perfect simple, past perfect simple. I bought them a present, said Tim. Tim said Tim said he bought them a present.
He'd bought Tom a present, right? I bought, he'd bought in reality is he had bought,
Mhm.
right? He had bought. Very good. And let's do the next one, number four, Mickey, please.
Present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous. I've been thinking about buying a car, said Tim. Tim said he'd been thinking about buying a car.
Okay, very good. I've been thinking, he had been thinking, he had been, so
Mhm.
it's changed to past tense. Very good. The next one, Mickey, please, from past simple to past perfect simple.
I spent 6 euros, said Tim. Tim said he'd, he had spent 6 euros.
Right, exactly. They use a contraction here, but in reality that means he had spent 6 euros. Very good, thanks. The next one, past continuous goes to past perfect continuous.
I was hoping to find a new top, said Tim. Tim said he had been hoping to find a new top.
Very good, excellent. So the next one, past perfect simple changes or migrates to past perfect simple. And here I had looked, remains the same. It's one of the few cases where there is no change. Let's read it, please, Mickey.
I had looked everywhere for my credit card before I found it, said Tim. Tim said he had looked everywhere for his credit card before he found it.
Um, all right, very good. And now the I'm going to or is going to or going to is changed to past tense with the verb to be, right? Was, were. Let's read it, Mickey, please.
Mhm. I think that we passed the past perfect continuous to past perfect continuous, no changes.
Mm,
Yeah, because I didn't read the example of I've been looking for that book for weeks before I found it, said Tim.
and that he'd been looking, right? No tense change, right?
Mhm.
Very good, Mickey. Yes, yes, yes. Example doesn't change. And the next one, please, where it says Amis are going to.
Yes, sure. I'm going to go shopping, said Tim. Tim said he was going to go shopping.
Okay. He said he was going to. That changes to past, and that's
Um,
quite simple. Very good. And now we're going to do with will and would. We already know this. It's just a review.
yeah, I'll need a credit card, said Tim. Tim said he would need a credit card.
Perfect. That's nice. And now we have can with could.
Mhm.
The next one, Mickey, please.
I can take Lizzie shopping, said Tim. Tim said he could take Lizzie shopping.
Very nice. And the last two, Mickey, with must or have to, which are the same.
Mhm. I must go to the supermarket, said Tim. Tim said he had to go to the supermarket.
Yes, yes, yes. And then may and might.
Mhm. I may go shopping later, said Tim. Tim said he might go shopping later.
Very good. Now let's do some exercises. I know that this is already a seen topic. We already seen it, but it never hurts to do some more work. Let's see. We had homework, right? Or not? I think we had.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Well, if we get Mitch here, we can check it with her. Let me.
Yeah, Mitch
What can I
is
do?
logging in the session.
Perfect. Excellent. All right. So, what should we do? Should we check the homework? Develop, create a short speech naturally. And here.
I did that homework, teacher, but I recorded here in the computer, but it doesn't sound good to be honest. Because well, I told you that my cell phone uh, it was fixed, and I record here, but I can tell you more or less what I noticed about my speech.
Okay, yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Please, Mickey, if you
Mhm.
can please tell us more or less what you recorded. If you remember
Yeah.
what you recorded, what was your idea, your impression? How did you feel listening to your own voice? And then if you managed to fix it or how you feel. Yes, let's go ahead, Mickey.
Yes, sure. Well, I decided to do my records about the book that I'm reading now, that is Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss.
Oh,
And
okay.
I want to talk about my experience reading that book. And well, I noticed that sometimes when you hear your voice in a voice note or in a record, your voice sounds completely different at the way that you imagined it sounds. And at the beginning, it's weird, but then I think that you get used to when you are listening so many times. And well, apart of that, I noticed that sometimes I repeated words that probably I could use another synonyms to replace them. And well, obviously, at the moment, I don't think about it, but when you hear your record, you can notice some mistakes that you say. A part of that, I noticed some grammar mistakes that I at the moment that I was talking. But the good part is that I can notice them because
Yeah.
at the past probably I just listened and I couldn't and well and I haven't noticed about the mistakes. But now, thanks of God, I can notice probably not all of them, but the majority. And and yeah, I noticed that I can speak more fluently, and that um, in comparison with other records, because I remember when we started the classes, I had one here in the Google Drive for more sessions, you know that we
All
upload.
right.
And I checked the first classes, and then I noticed a big difference between then and now. So I feel good.
Nice.
Obviously, I have mistakes, but now I can fix them.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Well, that's a great feedback. Um, which are some of the words that you can find synonyms for? Obviously,
Hmm.
there are plenty, but some of the words that you can find synonyms for example, what
Uh,
did you find?
yeah, for example, I remember the word negotiation. I think that we can use this word in different context. For example,
Yes,
could be a discussion, talk, a dialogue, debate too. And probably I could use the word conciliation. I think because at the end we are something. We are searching to get something, and I think that it's a conciliation too, an agreement.
absolutely. Agreement. Yeah. Yes. No question
Yeah,
on that.
and I
Yeah.
noticed that
Deal.
after. Yeah, deal. That's a good word.
Okay. That's nice, and that's very important because that will enhance your vocabulary and give it more life. It look and sound more flashy. So that
Mhm.
is fantastic. Another set of words that you can find a synonym for, Mickey.
Yeah, I remember the other word that I mentioned was this word, because I mentioned so many words, but I try to remember another word that I found a lot of synonyms. Um, um, oh yeah, I remember the word convince.
Convince, all right. Persuade. Uh,
I
mm,
found a word assure, assure.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, assure. Yeah, well, it could be. Why not? Assure. Lead. Lead into.
Hmm.
Convince, persuade, assure, lead into. Um, All right. Yeah, that's very good.
Sway?
Sway. Sway. You are swaying into. It also means that convince, talking to, talk into. I talk someone into this or that. I convince him.
Mhm.
I talk my friend into
Into.
selling jewelry. Mitch is there. Let me say hello to her.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Mitch. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, teacher. How's it going? I'm pretty good, thank you. I just want to apologize with you. There was a situation with my cell phone that I forgot, totally forgot that today we have class at 12:30. I don't have a phone since yesterday, and that's why I totally forgot. I'm pretty sorry.
Well, don't worry. You're here now. And we're checking the homework that we discussed the other day. If you remember, the homework was to do create a short speech naturally that you were to speak for 2 minutes non-stop, and we were going to record it. After
Oh,
that, the task was going to listen to the speech, and once you listen to your own voice, you determine what you need to mend, what you need to fall to adjust, to improve, to correct. Right? Maybe your talk was very fast, maybe it was a bit slow, maybe it had some grammatical mistakes, or maybe you were using the same word 2 or 3 times. And the idea was to check. Uh, so, well, that was the idea. I don't know if you had chance to do it, Mitch.
yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what you did, please. First of all, what did you create? What did you develop in terms of speech?
Let me. I have the file in my phone.
Okay.
Uh, no, was in the iPad. Could you give me 5 minutes?
Yeah, take your time. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, okay,
If
sorry.
you can send it to us. Well, meanwhile, Mickey, you said that you had seen a couple of mistakes, a couple of grammatical typos or mistakes in the recordings. Do you remember any that you said, "Oh, this should be corrected"?
Yeah, I remember that sometimes I use the incorrect order of the words. That probably one the verb after or something like that.
Um, do you remember one specifically?
Hmm, let me because I mm, for example, I remember that I was talking that there are so much people, and I think that the correct way to say is there are so many people instead of much, like those kind of phrases that when you listen to yourself as in several times, you can notice those mistakes.
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, if it's plural, it should be many. If there is something, is much. For
Yeah.
example, there is much noise in the street at 2 p.m. And you can also say there is a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of noise in the street at 2 p.m. There is much, there is plenty of noise. There is plenty of noise. There is much, there is a lot of noise. Okay. Another word which is used commonly and commonly inappropriately is the word several, right? It's also in plural. There are several good ideas in the presentation. Okay, there are several good ideas. There are many. You can use several as many, as plenty too, plenty of. There are plenty of good ideas.
Hmm.
You can also say numerous. This is good because then you give variation and more color to your speech.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's do a little experiment then, please. Let's do a short speech about a simple topic. Anything that you would like to talk about. I normally like short stories about animals, but can be flowers, can be plants, can be a more intangible topic. For example, how the zebra, well, the squirrel escaped from a bear in the forest. Okay, that's an interesting narration. I don't know if I'm sharing. I think I'm not. Yeah, I'm sharing, right?
Yes.
Let me share here. Okay, here. I'm sorry. No. This is not it. Must be the other one. Share screen here. Share screen. There we go. How the squirrel escaped from a bear in the forest. That's one topic. Can you narrate a short story about that, Mickey, please?
Yeah. How is first go from a bear in the forest?
Right. Other vocabulary that can be useful: burrow, dig, um, bushes. What else can be useful as vocabulary?
Mm,
Trunk. What else? Mm,
pine forest.
okay. Pine forest.
Mm, woods.
Woods. Okay.
Um, hills could be.
Hills. Okay. Hills. Valles. Hills, montaña. Hills es cerritos, ¿no?
Mm-hmm.
And valleys. Valles. Okay. Well, this is a good set of words. Let's see if we can write a short story about how a squirrel escaped from a bear in the forest. We can say the four claws. What other word can be useful to have? Well, that's about it, right? If you need more, we get more.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So tell us your story, Mickey, please. How do you visualize a squirrel escaping from a bear in the forest? And you can
Mm,
probably record it if you're so kind. Let's try to make it 1 minute, more or less, or 2 minutes, between 1 or 2 minutes. And then we'll ask the same for Mitch.
okay. I'm trying to record here in the WhatsApp group, but the microphone on my cell phone is not. Uh, it's not the better. It's not
Oh,
the
okay.
best.
Okay.
Once upon a time, in a pine forest, was a little squirrel between the trees, just jumping and trying to find something to eat. Suddenly, uh, I'm sorry, teacher, can I go for a glass of water? Because I had since yesterday, I have a sore throat, and
Yeah, of course.
sorry, teacher,
Yeah, no worries, Mickey. No problem.
just wait me 30 seconds.
Sure. Take your time. No problem.
Teacher, I found my speech.
Oh, you did? Awesome. You think you can
Uh,
send it to the group?
yeah, I already did.
Wow, awesome.
It is about uh, the psychology color in the graphic design.
The color psychology
The color psychology.
in graphic. Well, that's fantastic. That's a great topic because it can induce many different states of mind in people depending on the color that you portray.
Uh-huh.
Supposedly, the little that I know about that, Mitch, and correct me
Uh-huh.
if I'm wrong, is that red tends to put people alert because it's the color of blood.
Uh-huh.
So it stimulates, it's a stimulating color.
Yeah,
Blue tends
for some.
to
Uh-huh.
pacify. How about the others?
Uh, for example, green like nurture. There's some family of colors like the warms, the colds, the dries, the uh, the wet ones, the dark ones. It depends which sensation or emotion do you want to give to your spectator, and it's a pretty deep study to get that successfully. But that's why it's good pay for that.
Very nice. That's
I
truly interesting. Yes.
I try to research. When I wrote something, usually I tend to, when in English, not in Spanish, I tend to repeat some words. Then with these text, I try to, when I saw that I already use a word, I search in the internet to change it to another word that I didn't know. There's a lot of words that before to do that I didn't knew them, but now I think this was a good exercise to apply, summarize,
Wide,
or white. Yes,
amplify
the
or widen?
vocabulary.
Widen,
Wait,
widen or amplify? Widen or amplify?
amplify my vocabulary. Of course, I need a lot of practice anyway, but I learned a lot of new words to do this.
Fantastic. Perfect. Well, that's the purpose, Mitch. Congratulations. I'm very happy. Do you think you can read this at the mid speed? Today we're going to go into the captivating world.
Uh, I have to read it.
Yes, please. Can you?
Okay.
And
Uh,
the idea also, I'm sorry, the idea is
huh?
that you can record it too, that you can
Okay.
record it. I don't know if you're able to record it and at this
Sure.
while you read it. All
Well,
right, that'd be awesome.
mm, I don't have a phone, teacher. Let me.
Uh, well,
Le-
let's see if I can
could you
record
give
it.
me a minute to ask to my mom to borrow with me?
Yeah, absolutely. Ken, no problem. Right. Very good, Mitch. Thanks. Well, uh, sorry, Mickey, you were talking about the forest when suddenly something happened, right? You were talking about the squirrel and the forest.
Yes, sure.
All right, let's go with it.
Suddenly appears a weird, strange sound between the trees, and the squirrel notice. How do you say Waya teacher?
Trace or footprint.
Okay. And notice a footprint, a big footprint, a footprint that she haven't seen before. In that moment, she noticed that there's something bad and that there's something that she probably was exposed. And yeah, and suddenly a bear appears in the middle of the. It is correct to say Baileys.
Valley, yeah, the middle of the valley. Okay,
Yeah, and probably that moment the squirrel decided to run and run and run and try to hide inside of the trunk of the trees.
okay,
But it wouldn't be so easy because the bear had perfect vision and he could see the squirrel exactly where she was.
okay. What happened next?
In that moment, the bear mm, with his claws tried to destroy the trunk of the tree, and obviously, consequently, the squirrel was so scared.
Okay,
I don't know.
did she
So
survive? She made it or she didn't? Well,
I'm still
that's
thinking about the end. Um, for the good luck of the squirrel, in that moment appears another bear, but a biggest bear than the other bear, and they start to fight for the territory. So it
okay.
was the perfect moment to the squirrel to escape.
Okay,
And fortunately, she survived.
very nice. Very nice. The reading is very nice. I would like to change two words that are being repeated. One is appear. I would like to change that for show up.
True.
Show up. Yes. Show up is a synonym of appear.
Okay.
Mickey's friends showed up in the party. He hadn't seen them for ages, but they finally showed up. They appeared, right?
Mm.
So I would do that and escape, which is another word that we've been using a couple of times. Um, start to escape, to flee,
Lee?
flee, flee. Flee is escape, run
Okay.
away, flee or run away,
Mm-hmm.
run away. Flee is well, it's also common. The past tense is fled. Fled.
Okay. Mhm.
Right. So I would use those words in the reading. Maybe with that, it's a nice story. I mean, the topic is pretty simple, right? A squirrel escaping from a bear, but it's a nice topic. And if you, as you said, try to use synonyms for some words instead of repeating them, it's going to sound more nicely to the ear. So very nice job, Mickey. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Let's see
teacher.
if in a moment we can record the new version with
Mhm.
the words escape and flee, alternating them, and appear and show up. Also use them alternately. That is, we would alternate these words. Show up and flee with escape, or
Yeah.
even run away. That's going to give us more color. Okay, excellent, Mickey. Thank you. Let's see, Mitch. Mitch had a writing as well, and I believe it was about colors.
Uh-huh.
Isn't it? All right. So you think you can read it and record it at the same time, Mitch? Or
Sure.
all right. Well, let's
Okay.
go ahead, please.
Mhm. Okay. It is about color psychology, and I wrote my speech. Today we're going to go into the captivating world of color psychology in graphic design. You might be wondering why do colors even matter in design? Well, let me assure you, colors have a profound impact that goes beyond aesthetics. First, colors are not merely visually pleasing elements, they have a significant influence in our emotions and perceptions. Take the color red, for instance. Its vibrancy exudes energy and its excitement, evoking a sense of passion. Now, let's focus to the cool hues such as blues and greens. These colors emanate a tranquil aura reminiscent of calm waters and serene landscapes. They can transport us to a state of relaxation and evoke thoughts of nature's beauty. But be aware, an excessive application of these colors might result in a design that feels as cold as a nice kept mountain peak. And then there are the warm tones like mellow yellows and cheerful orange. These shades bring a sense of warmth and positivity, like to the feeling of basking from the sunlight. They infuse design with a welcoming environment, yet it's important to exercise moderation. These vibrant colors might leave viewers feeling as they gaze at the sun for far too long. In conclusion, remember that color selection isn't just about choosing what looks visually appealing. It's about touching into emotion that and establishing a profound connection with your audience. So, the next time you embark on a graphic design journey, consider the immense power that colors could be. Utilize them consciously to narrate your story, provoke emotions, and create an unforgettable visual experience. Thank you for your attention and may your design be as vibrant and impactful as the tones that grace our world.
Very nice. It is a nice speech. How do you like it, Mickey? How do you
Uh,
like this speech?
it sounds great. There are uh, there are good use of the words, and the order was good too. Yeah, I really liked.
Yeah, there are many words that I totally like this exudes energy.
Mhm.
Exudes energy. I like that a lot. Exudes energy. Other phrases that you like, Mickey, or even you, Mitch?
Uh, as I told you, I even every time that I want to use a word from Spanish that I didn't know to use in English, I searched synonyms in Google and I found mellow yellows or even
Yeah,
tranquil. I didn't know that calm has a synonymous as tranquil. Eh,
tranquil. Yes,
uh-huh. I thought it was a mistake, but no, it is exists that word.
yeah,
Mellow
there is this
yellows,
word.
tranquil.
Cheerful oranges.
Cheerful
I
oranges.
imagine cheerful Oranges, like oranges are singing or dancing like the cheerleaders in the football games, right?
No, it's
It's
not like
nice. Now, infused designs. I like these infused designs. Those are words that I like. Other words or phrases that you like, Mickey or Mitch?
I like where is it? Isn't just about choosing what looks well visually appealing. Visually appealing.
Visually appealing. Yeah, that is nice as well. What else?
Warmth and positivity.
Warmth. All right. Yeah, that is also nice. Warmth and positivity. Warmth, positivity. All right, absolutely. I don't know why this is trying to correct this. Maybe because the correction should be in English, right? Let me see. Review.
Teacher,
Yes.
tranquil is without the E.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes. Tranquil. But I'm trying to. Yes, yes, yes. Tranquil. Tranquil. I. This thing is not correcting in the language that I wanted to. Okay, there. Okay. Warmth and positivity. Other vibrant and impactful. Designs are vibrant and impactful. The designs are vibrant and impactful. Okay. What else comes to your mind, Mitch or Mickey, in reading this text?
Hmm, could be. Hmm, I think that she used stunning too, right?
No.
Stunning. I'm not sure about today, but I'm sure that she has used this word at least other times. Stunning.
Yeah, other times.
Yeah, I don't see it here today, but it's
No.
a word that you kind of like, Mitch, which is a nice word. Stunning.
I like it. Stunning, wonderful, marvelous. I like those words.
Right, yes. Stunning. Marvelous are also nice words. Marvelous. I'm trying to find another expression. Emanate, a tranquil
Many.
aura, reminiscent of calm waters and serene landscapes. The lexicon, the vocabulary is quite nice, really. Uh,
Yeah, it's.
captivating.
I took I took very seriously to swim a lot of synonyms. It's like okay, I want to use another vocabulary. This isn't going to be me or I don't know what. There are a lot of words that I didn't know yet about English. More in the British vocabulary. I think there are more elegant in this aspect.
Yes, when you use the expression cool hues like blues and greens. All right, that's another one that I find innovative, kind of unusual. All right, well, I would suggest something, Mitch.
Hmm.
Your writing, I mean, this text is really good, and normally you read very well. I think you tend to read a bit fast. I would only suggest that you try to read a bit, just a little bit more slowly.
Okay.
Um, for example, I don't want to make comparisons, but I would like to listen to the same speech read by Mickey, and then you guys both discuss what you like from each other. I mean, maybe Mickey's going to say, well, I like the quiet voice or the energetic voice or whatever that you have. And then you're going to say the same about Mickey. You're going to say, I like Mickey's calm or quiet voice, or whatever it is that you like from his voice, and you, Mickey, from Mitch's voice or tone or intonation or whatever it is, right? So let's do this exercise, please. If you, Mickey,
Yes,
can
sure.
please read this Mitch's text.
Mm-hmm. Today we are
And
going.
obviously, I'm sorry,
Mhm.
record it too, please, if you can.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Today we are going to go into the captivating world of color psychology in graphic design. You might be wondering, why do colors even matter in design? Well, let me assure you, colors have a profound impact that goes beyond aesthetics. First, colors are not merely visually pleasing elements. They have a significant influence on our emotion and perceptions. Take the color red, for instance. Its vibrancy exudes energy and excitement, evoking a sense of passion. Now let's focus to cool hues, hues such as blues and greens. These colors emanate a tranquil aura, reminiscent of calm waters and serene landscapes. They can transport us to a state of relaxation and evoke thoughts of nature's beauty. But be aware, an excessive application of these colors might result in a design that feels as cold as an ice-capped mountain peak. And there are the warm tones, like mellow yellows and cheerful oranges. These shades bring a sense of warmth and positivity, like to the feeling of basking from the sunlight. They infuse designs with a welcoming environment. Yes, it's important to exercise moderation. These vibrant colors might leave viewers feeling as if they've gazed at the sun for far too long. In conclusion, remember that color selection isn't just about choosing what looks visually appealing. It's about touching into emotions and establishing a profound connection with your audience. So, the next time you embark on a graphic design journey, consider the immense power of the colors could be. Utilize them consciously to narrate your story, provoke emotions, and create an unforgettable visual experience. Thank you for your attention, and may your design be as vibrant and impactful as the tones that carries our world.
Okay, very nice. Um, any comments about Mickey's speech, Mitch?
He tend to talk very calmly, tranquil as such. Well, maybe I don't like to make comparisons. May I feel sometimes like a robot, but I think it's a good thing in the way that you want to listen to somebody else and understand the message very clearly. Maybe the thing that I have to improve, it's like, well, I'm just reading a text. I'm not doing a podcast or anything. Um, uh, yeah, it's very comprehensible,
Understandable.
understandable. Sorry. Yeah, I like Mickey Stone very much.
Right. Yeah, I think, I don't know what you think, Mickey or Mitch, but I believe it has something to do with the personality. Some people have a more quiet, calmer personality, and obviously their performance is quiet, calm, relaxed, right? Not necessarily passive, because you can have a lot of strength. You can be powerful like a bear, for example, but a bear is quiet. And then, for example, you can see a panther. If you allow me this comparison,
Yeah.
you see a panther is nervous, running, moving, going for, or compare a panther with a tiger. The tiger has them both, all of them, the bear, the power, the tigers, the panthers. They all have a lot of power, a lot of energy. Panthers, tigers, bears, and this reminds me of two brothers that I know, which are very good friends of mine. One is Jesse Padilla, which is my former teacher, and his brother Chemo Padilla. If you see Chemo, he's so quiet, so calm, but at the same time, he's very brilliant, very intelligent. And I told Jesse, my friend, hey Jesse, Chemo looks like a bear compared to you that you look like a tiger.
Mhm.
And they are both very smart and powerful, but totally different because of the personality. What do you think about this concept, Mitch?
Uh, yeah, it is. It's like every person is another planet, another world, and anyone is similar. Well, anyone is equal to other person.
Yeah, all right. Well, thanks. Mickey, what's your comment about this conversation? Why do you think people read exactly the same tone, the same text in a very totally different way, different style? And it's exactly the same. Why does that happen?
Mhm. Sorry, teacher. Yeah, I think that is the same that you mentioned. That is for the personality, because I always been a calm person. I always try to speak relaxed because in the past I realized that I made the mistake that I speak so fast that sometimes I confuse the words, or I um how can I say that in like trabar? I was
Stuttered. Yeah, stuttered.
stuttered. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, stuttered, like you
and
say here. Stutter.
and I noticed that, now I always try to don't have a bored voice, but try to speak more calm and try to express the words correctly.
Mhm.
Okay. If you allow me, guys, to give you both a recommendation or suggestion, of course,
Yeah,
it
please.
doesn't mean that, it would be in the case of Mitch to try to read a bit more slowly. Yeah,
Okay.
you give a lot of color, a lot of flash to the reading, but sometimes it sounds a bit, what is the word? A bit like rushy, like you are in a rush, like you want to
Okay.
finish quickly. Sounds a bit, it's a bit my impression.
Sounds a bit.
Sounds a bit rushy, like you are
Okay.
rushing a little bit, like you are running, almost running, right? Like it's so much the intensity that you are pouring into the reading that you just want to get over with it.
Hmm.
Like, okay, I just want to finish it. It sounds a little bit like that. May not be, but
Okay.
it sounds a bit like that. And if you slow down occasionally, not all the time, because that's going to change your style, but occasionally, if you take a pause, if you make a pause, that's going to increase the effect of the reading dramatically.
Okay.
And in the case of Mickey, that'd be a little bit the opposite, but not in the sense of speaking faster, but adding emphasis in some of the words. And some of the words what you can add this emphasis is in the words where are commands, like for example here, be aware. An excessive application of these colors matters. Okay, that's a command. It says another one, utilize them consciously. Thank you for, well, thank you is not a command, but in the words where there is a command, I would increase the pitch of the voice just a little bit. Let me try
Okay,
to do
teacher.
a reading really quick.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
not
you.
saying that this is perfect, but is I'm going to slow down a little. Today, we're going to go into the captivating world of color psychology in graphic design. You might be wondering, why do colors even matter in design? Well, let me assure you, colors have a profound impact that goes beyond aesthetics. First, cause blah, 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 blah. Now I'm going to continue down to, now let's focus to cool hues such as blues and greens. These colors emanate a tranquil, blah, 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 blah. And then I will go down to where they say, in conclusion, remember that color selection, remember is the command, right? In conclusion, remember that color selection isn't just about choosing ta ta ta, and another place where utilize them consciously to narrate your story. All right, that's a brief recommendation, right? Occasionally insert this pitch of the voice, right? Like to make the people alert, make your audience alert, Mickey.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
occasionally, not all the time. I mean, your style is your style, is a nice style.
yeah,
Right,
something that
all
happens to
right,
me
well,
is
let's
that
choose an,
um, when I'm reading in front a group, I need to read before read it before because I can notice like some parts that I can get uh, like more emotion and change my pitch voice. Because yeah, it's something that when it's the first time that I'm reading something, I always try to read it uh, calm and I'm not giving the correct emotion. But yeah, I'm gonna take your advice, teacher. Thank you. That's true.
And
And
don't make me wrong. I'm not saying that the reading is bad at all. It's a great style of reading. Actually, I have tried to imitate parts of that because I've noticed that I also, if I compare myself with you and Mitch, I would be a little bit more like Mitch in the sense that I tend to speak and read fast, which is nice. But also, I think in my case, I don't know Mitch, but in my case, I need to start reading and speaking more slowly, more calmly, more relaxed.
Mhm.
Um, Looks a little bit more like in control, looks like that. Also, speaking fast adds a lot of energy, emotion, passion. It looks like you are into it. It is very persuading, very convincing, but not to the point that you rush. I would say, let me look for a reading. And I'm going to choose one of my favorite readings, which is Chesterton, The Man Who Was Thursday. Please, let me, this just give me a second, really quick, please. Really, really quick. A quick second.
Yes, sure. Don't worry.
Okay. Bueno, wait, ahorita lo hacemos. All right. So let me look for a booklet, The Man Who Was Thursday. PDF. The Man Who Was Thursday here. PDF. I had the book too. Here, Frank Gutenberg is one of the first chapters. Okay, Saffron Park. Here, this is my favorite part of the book. Okay, here. This is the part of it that I absolutely like. This particular reading. All right. It may well be. Okay. All right. This is probably my favorite part of the whole book, The Man Who Was Thursday. All right. We have read this before. Let's read it one more time and let's add this fluent reading. Who wants to begin? Mitch, Mickey, who wants to start?
Me.
Okay, let's go, Mitch, please.
Until secrecy.
Okay, yes, please.
Okay. Mm, This particular evening, if it is remembered but for nothing else, will be remembered in that place for its strange sunset. It looked like the end of the world. All the heavens seemed covered with a quite vivid and pale plumage. You could only say that the sky was full of feathers, and of feathers that almost brushed the face. Across the great part of the dome they were great with the strangest tints of violet and
But
mauve and a unnatural pink or pale green. But towards the west, the whole grew past description, transparent and passionate at the last red hot plumes of it covered up the sun like something too good to be seen. The whole was so close about the earth as to express nothing but a violent secrecy.
Yeah, well, these were violent secrecy. I
Violent,
absolutely love this phrase,
violent
violent
secrecy.
secrecy. Yeah. All right. Very good reading, Mitch. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Let
you.
me ask Mickey to continue with Impossible Sky. From the very Empyrean seemed to be a secret. If you can, Mickey, please.
the very appearance seemed to be a secret. It expressed that splendid smallness which is the soul of local patriotism. The very sky seemed small. I say that there are some inhabitants who may remember the evening of if only by that oppressive sky. There are others who may remember it because it marked the first appearance in the place of the second boat of Saffron Park. For a long time, the red-haired revolutionary had reigned without a rival. It was upon the night of the sunset that his solitude suddenly ended. The new poet, who introduced himself by the name of Gabriel Syme, was a very mild-looking mortal. Mild, yeah,
Mild.
yeah, with was a very mild-looking mortal, with a fair, pointed beard and faint, yellow hair, but an impression grew that he was less meek than he looked. He signalized his entrance by differing with the established poet, Gregory, upon the whole nature of poetry. He said that his Syme was poet of law, a poet of order, nay, he said he was a poet of respectability. So all the Saffron Parkers looked at him as if he had the moment fallen out of that impossible sky.
Okay, very nice also, Mickey. Thank you very much. The idea of this context, the context of this is that the original poet was always inviting to anarchism. He compared anarchism with art. A great moment is worth more than anything. A bomb, an explosion is worth living. And he's just the opposite. He says, on the contrary, order, responsibility, that is what I am, he said. Syme, a poet of law, right? Look at the phrases: poet of law, poet of order, poet of respectability, right? So it is a total dichotomy. One is talking about art as being anarchism, and that's Gregory Syme. And the other guy is talking about freedom, liberty, emotion, something splendid like an explosion is a great moment. So that's the two opposite points of view that they have in this fantastic novel, The Man Who Was Thursday. Okay. Well, what are you reading, Mickey, these days?
Sorry, teacher?
What are you reading these days?
Yeah,
What have you been reading?
I've been reading the book of Never Split Difference by Chris Voss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Very
I'm
nice.
reading it in my Kindle. I really like it. Has a good vocabulary, and I learned more words about hostages and all those kind of words. And yeah, it's interesting.
Of course. The ransom, right?
Yeah.
Ransom. Very good. Yeah, those are words which are a set. Very nice, Mickey. Thank you very much. Mitch, what have you been reading lately? What have you been reading?
Um, well, I don't know if it comes. It's a love story. It's a fan fiction.
Okay, yeah, everything counts.
Okay, also, I don't know if counts the subtitles. Well, every time when I see a movie or a series or whatever on a YouTuber or TikToker, I don't know, I try to be everyone being on English, audio in English, subtitles in English, and
Perfect.
sometimes
Excellent.
without subtitles.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's one of my ways to continue practicing
Fantastic.
English.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, great job, guys. Listen, tomorrow I'm gonna go to Aguascalientes and I come back most likely at 4. Because every Tuesday I go to Aguascalientes. So I should be back by 4 or 5 the latest. Can I be telling you during the way back, look, I might arrive in Leon at 4 or 4:30 or 5? Can I give you that update?
Yeah,
Okay.
teacher. Yeah, don't worry. And if it is not possible tomorrow, I don't know if you have an issue of do it in another day. I don't know, depending of your schedule.
On Wednesday. Yeah. If worse comes to worse, we do it on Wednesday. Otherwise, we can do it tomorrow, like 4:35, even 5:30 or 6, if you guys are available. Otherwise, we just move it to Wednesday. All right.
Okay, teacher. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, good talking to you, Mitch. Mickey, enjoy. Take care.